This is Bill, and I'm at Highland Hill Farm, and this is one of our hunting properties. And I thought I'd just give you a little idea on how I got this property, because I got it in an unusual way. This property is the second part of a property that I purchased. In other words, there's two parcels to this property. One was 75 acres, and the other was, I think, 180 acres. And this is on the 180-acre parcel. And it's located in Bradford County, Pennsylvania. And what happened was there was an older guy that had a dairy operation here. And he had about 30 Jersey cows and a bulldozer and a couple pieces of equipment and a manure spreader and a bulk tank and things like that. And he decided he wanted to get out of the cow business and stop milking because it wasn't making much money. And it was not a profitable place. So what he did was he had a house and a barn on the property, but he did not own the house. The house he owned through what's called a remainder interest, which is he would own the house after his father died. And at the time I got invested into this property, his father was 89 years old. But the person that I bought the property from owned the remainder interest, but he had a life estate. He owned the right to farm the property until his father died, but not use the house. So in other words, I could get the farm and the property, but not the house. However, there was a caveat there. He couldn't allow me to have the house until his father died. But he didn't want to sell me the property. So what he wanted to do was he wanted to lease me the property. And it was a lease payment of about, I think it was like $340 a month. And it was a 15-year lease. And after the 15th year, if his father was still alive, I could rent the property for $1 a year until his father died. And then they would transfer the deed over to me, which sounds a little strange. And then the other part about it that was a little off was there were 34 Jersey cows in the barn that I had to buy at the same time. So, in other words, I had to buy the cows and the equipment first, which cost about $30,000, which I paid for. And then I started with a lease for 15 years at $342 a month. So what happened was I hired a guy to milk the cows, and we did that for about a year, and it didn't work out that well. So I transferred the cows. I have 5 different farms in Lancaster County where I had Amish. So one of the farms down there needed more cows. So one day I just decided, well, I've had enough of this. So I transferred all the cows down to Lancaster, and I ended up just having this as a hunting camp. But now if it's just a hunting camp, you can't write off your costs. So what I did was I leased it out. Now, I've been leasing it for quite a few years. And the people that I lease it to, I get about $3,000 a year for 300 acres or so. And they take care of the house and the barns. And I get the right to come here and hunt and use it. Well, I had the property for about 5-6 years. And then the older gentleman, his father died. And so he could then transfer the property to me. And I had pretty much paid off the lease and gave him what I owed him on the lease. And I got 75 acres. So basically, I got the house and the barn and 75 acres for about $34,000. And what happened is, after a couple of years, the gas companies came. And of course, I signed a gas lease, which was very lucrative. And to this day, I also get gas revenue off the site. So it's been a very good investment. And I get to hunt it as well. And my theme for the day for you is make sure when you buy a hunting property, you can put it into service and run it out and have other people pay you for your costs so that you can enjoy your hunting property just like I do on this one. So if you have any questions on, how Highland Hill Farm operates its leases or how we acquire properties for lease, to lease to other hunters, feel free to call me at 215-651-8329. We also grow the Green Giant Arborvitae, which is very fast-growing arborvitae. And we sell that all up and down the East Coast. And if you buy a hunting property, you should plant Green Giants because you can get upwards to 800 of them on an acre, And in about 3 to 4 years, they'll probably be worth $50 to $100 each after you dig them out. And they grow rapidly. They can grow 3 feet, 2 feet a year. So it's a very fast growing plant that you can get a lot of money for. And it's not like growing a Japanese maple where somebody buys 1 and 2 or something like that for their little garden. People always hate their neighbors, so they buy a lot of green giants. I have customers that have bought 200 and 300 of them at a clip. So the marketing is very simple and very easy, and you can deliver and plant them to a wide set of properties in a wide area and make a lot of money on them, and also enjoy your hunting property. And the green giant is very deer resistant, so it's going to give good cover for the deer while you're growing them. And it's easy to grow. It's disease resistant. And what else can I say? Yes, it's got fibrous roots, so they dig out well. They don't blow over in snow and inclement weather. And they're good to USDA Zone 5. So if you have any questions about the green giant, or you have questions about how we buy properties to lease out to other hunters, you can call me at 215-651-8329. And if you need help buying a hunting property, I might be interested in buying the property and leasing it to you. So let me know what you're thinking about. And this is Bill at Highland Hill Farm, and thank you for your time. Bye.